Welcome to the graduation ceremony for the DVM students in the class of 2025. Everyone can please be seated. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for being here for this exciting day. I'm Dr. Sarah Guess, one of the internal medicine faculty here at Washington State University. I had the pleasure of working with the class of 2025, both in the clinics in their fourth year and in their third year. I did their renal and urinary stuff for third year internal medicine. I want to first acknowledge the friends and family that are here tonight supporting our graduates, or that are here this afternoon rather, and those that are celebrating our graduates from afar. Behind every soon-to-be doctor sitting here today, there is a support network of family and friends, and we are so grateful for all of you for helping our graduates achieve this tremendous accomplishment and becoming doctors of veterinary medicine along with our graduates. So give them a round of applause, please. Thank you, everyone. I also want to let you know that this afternoon, the class of 2025 was led into our commencement ceremony here today by a patient named Bjorn and his family. The class of 2025 requested that Bjorn lead the way today. Bjorn has been a frequent flyer in the teaching hospital this year. He has visited nearly every service in the hospital and has been cared for in some part by many of the graduates of the class of 2025. He is a symbol of resilience, tenacity, hard work, and friendship, which the class of 2025 also exemplifies to a T. So thank you to Bjorn and Bjorn's family for being here tonight. I also want to mention the cords that the students are wearing. Gold cords indicate membership in Phi Zeta, the National Veterinary Honor Society. Senior students in the top 25% of their class are invited to join the society. WSU's chapter is Phi Zeta Iota. Blue and silver cords worn by graduates who earned their Veterinary Business Management Association certificate are noted on the graduates today as well. I would next like to introduce the dignitaries from stage right to left. And could the audience please hold their applause until all introductions have been made, despite how awesome all of our dignitaries are. Please stand briefly as you are recognized. Dr. Dory Borgeson, Dean, College of Veterinary Medicine, Washington State University. Dr. Leslie Sprunger, Associate Dean of Professional Programs, Regional Program in Veterinary Medicine, Washington State University. Dr. Jeffrey Abbott, Assistant Dean for Professional Students, Regional Program in Veterinary Medicine, Washington State University. Dr. Dirk Vanderwall, Dean, College of Veterinary Medicine, Utah State University. Dr. Ralph Meyer, Department Head, Veterinary Clinical and Life Sciences, College of Veterinary Medicine at Utah State University. Dr. Mark Quinn, Regional Program Director, Montana State University. Dr. Garrett Ryerson, Regional Program Assistant Director, Montana State University. And Dr. Rance Sellen, our commencement speaker. I also want to introduce Palouse Brass and thank you for providing music for the evening. You may have noticed that 2 of our graduates tonight are members of Palouse Brass. Thank you so much. Let's give one more round of applause for all of our dignitaries on stage tonight. Thank you for being here and for everything you do for us. I want to also remind everyone that there is a professional photographer in attendance to take photos, and the audience photos can be taken from seats, but guests will be able to join their graduates on the floor for additional photos after the ceremony if you desire. Next, I would like to introduce Dr. Dean Borgeson, who will be sharing some comments and achievements for the graduating class.
Welcome and congratulations, class of 2025. This is a lovely spring afternoon and it's yours. Welcome family, friends, loved ones, all here who have made this day possible for this extraordinary group of graduating veterinarians. For many of you, today is the fulfillment of a dream that you've had since before you could remember. For others, it is a second career, a passion discovered later, but irrespective, you're all here now. The weekend always starts with a senior brunch, and as I walked in the brunch, I felt absolutely uplifted by the noise in the room. This is a very enthusiastic group, deep caring for each other, and the faculty, staff, and house officers that you all recognize, which was lovely. I wish that enthusiasm could be bottled, and that you will take it into your journey away from here. The next journey is not a sprint. You're going to hear this a lot. You're going to have ups and downs, lots of detours, and life's going to intervene, and you're going to find out that it does not get slower or easier. So just as you said, when this exam is over, once I get a job, once I complete this semester, you will, as a new professional, find yourself saying, once I'm settled, once the holidays are over, know that that perfect, distant future, when you're caught up, that never happens, when everyone in your world is happy, that time, if it ever comes, is fleeting. So do not wait to embrace the life that you've chosen, this profession, your profession. There's no denying we're in a hard time. There's deep division in our society, fear and unrest. So how do we sustain and nourish ourselves? Those that I know that have done it well use their talents to give back, the gift of your profession. Whether through mentoring a new pre-vet student, you guys are going to have all of those in your clinic, or by traveling internationally to care for animals in need, or through participating in local events that raise funds to sustain the fabric of your community. You've chosen an amazing profession. Use it in small and large ways to support yourself and the ones you love. And when you're ready, come back and visit us, tell us your stories. But for now, do what you do best. Show up, work hard, play hard, help others, be you, and congratulations. It's a pleasure to call you colleagues.
Thank you, Dr. Borgeson. I would now like to introduce our commencement speaker. Dr. Rance Sellen obtained his DVM in 1987, when I was 1, from Texas A&M University, and after time at the University of Georgia and then North Carolina State University, Dr. Sellen joined the WSU CVM faculty in 1997, when I was 11. Dr. Sellen is board certified in small animal internal medicine and oncology. He has a passion for clinical teaching and trying to find answers to clinically relevant questions. During his career at WSU, he has received teaching awards, and in 2024, following a gift from a veterinary teaching hospital client, Dr. Sellen became the inaugural chairholder of the Dr. Rance Sellen Endowed Chair in Veterinary Clinical Oncology. And in case you've heard rumors, it is true that Dr. Sellen can do some yo-yo tricks. Welcome, Dr. Sellen.
Congratulations, class of 2025. In a few minutes, you'll be veterinarians. What you've been waiting for a long, long time, I'm sure. I want to thank you all for the privilege of being your speaker here this afternoon. When I was asked and having had time to think about things, I thought, well, what would a group want from a commencement speaker? Well, I think you would hope for inspiration. You would really like something to be entertaining. But what you really want is for it to not be too long. I'm going to share a few things from my lifetime and my career, and I'll have a point to get to at the end. Circumstances dictated when I was about 14 that I needed a summer job, and I worked for West Texas, or I should say at West Texas Equipment Company, a Caterpillar dealer in Amarillo, Texas, owned by Mr. Robert Bennett. I never really met Mr. Bennett before the job, and I didn't speak with him much afterwards. But he saw something, and when I was ready to start undergraduate school, though he desperately wanted me to go to medical school, he offered to help pay for my undergraduate school. I was home one summer, and Mr. Bennett asked me a question. Now, mind you, Mr. Bennett was a physically imposing person. He was a bit taller than I am. Shoulders probably twice as broad. He could have been an NFL linebacker. Physically imposing, and when he spoke, you could tell that he was really, really smart. He asked me a question, and when I was done answering the question, as I was sitting across from him in his office, across from a big executive credenza desk, he pointed out a speaking habit that I had. And in that moment, I felt about that big sitting in that chair in front of Mr. Bennett. It was very embarrassing, very, very embarrassing. But he had enough faith in me and enough hope for what he thought I could accomplish to bring something to my attention that he thought detracted from my abilities. I am forever grateful to Mr. Bennett. I entered undergraduate school at Texas Tech University, where I crossed paths with a gentleman named Vernon Proctor. Dr. Proctor was a biologist, ecologist type, and I sat in a small class probably in my second year of undergraduate school, and was asked a question. And I fumbled and hemmed and hawed, and at some point, Dr. Proctor said, "Why don't you just say you don't know?" And then he followed that by saying, "You know, once the axe has cut off your head, it can never hurt as bad a second time." And I recognized that there was an element of truth to that. But it was the start for me to be able to appreciate and recognize that there are worse things in life than not knowing the answer to something. I was asked recently by somebody if I could identify the point at time at which I became comfortable telling clients or students or colleagues if they asked me a question that I didn't know the answer to something. And I can't say that I know the exact point in time that that happened, but what I can say is that that path started when Dr. Proctor cut my head off in class. I was a 3-time applicant to Texas A&M and a 2-time acceptee. So I think I applied before Dr. Guess was born by her math. I had some opportunities to do some things, and weighing the pros and cons, I decided to turn down the appointment in the first time I applied. And at Texas A&M, there wasn't such a thing as a deferred acceptance. You accepted or you didn't. After completing a year doing some other things that I was grateful for, I applied again. And let's just say that the admissions committee didn't quite see me in the same light that they did the first time I had applied. And so I was not accepted into veterinary school at that particular point in time. Not going to veterinary school left me wondering what I was going to do, and thinking back to Mr. Bennett and his encouragement to consider medical school, I went to a human hospital where I worked as a nurse's assistant at a hospital in Selma, Alabama. It was a bit of a culture shock in many ways, but I'm really, really grateful for the opportunity. One of the individuals I crossed paths with was a surgeon named Dr. Sam Mosley. Dr. Mosley had a knack and an art and a skill in communicating with his clients that is the envy of anybody that I've ever seen. And when I talk to clients, I still think back many times to what I saw Dr. Mosley do. He spoke to them as people. Many times he got down on their level to have a conversation with them. And you could tell that his clients just really, really respected him and admired him. And they were put at ease at the fact that he could communicate so well with them. I don't think I'll ever attain the skill that Dr. Mosley had, but he was an inspiration to me to think about how I communicate with clients and their families when they're in the teaching hospital. I graduated from veterinary school, went to the University of Georgia for an internship, and crossed paths with Dr. Craig Green. I thought when I left veterinary school that I was going to be a surgeon. I really wanted to be a surgeon until I crossed paths with Craig Green on a medicine rotation there at the University of Georgia. And as I like to tell the story, he kind of made the scales fall from my eyes with regards to how much fun he made medicine with the students. And I saw a lot to admire and a lot, honestly, to emulate in what Dr. Green was able to do. Somewhere after those initial interactions with Dr. Green, I started to doubt whether or not I should be a surgeon. And I remember asking Dr. Green for his insights and opinions. And after giving me some thoughts, he then said, let's pretend that you're on an elevator and the elevator door starts to close. What do you do when the elevator starts to close and you're right in the path of the door? And I said, well, I'm going to stick out my hand. And he said, you're destined to be an internist. A surgeon would stick out their head. I say that with all respect to the veterinary surgeons in the audience. Let me just say that is a true story. And it does not reflect my personal opinion about the benefits of being a surgeon. And you know, Dr. Green was sort of right in many respects, because I look back now on that and think I'd be a catastrophe as a surgeon. When I got to NC State for my internal medicine residency, I was in the second year. And I don't remember the exact circumstances, but I remember being outside in the hall, outside of ICU, and a student said, what are you going to do when you're done with your residency? And I thought I was going to be in private practice. And I said something to that effect. And then she said, have you ever thought about teaching? And I honestly hadn't, but that was the first time that the seed had been planted. And I started to think about the fact that I kind of did enjoy what I was doing with these interactions with the students. And if it hadn't been for that student, I don't know if I'd be here in front of you today delivering the commencement address to the class of 2025. This is not my story as much as it is a story about all the individuals that contributed to who and what I am today in some form or fashion. Dr. Guess alluded to the fact that there's a lot of family in the audience here, a lot of support for you. I suspect that many, most, perhaps all of you have stories similar to my own in terms of crossing paths with an individual who was influential in guiding your journey to become a veterinarian and to this point today. You are now, or soon to be, veterinarians. And you yourselves are going to be in a position to do the same sorts of things that I had done for me. And what I would encourage you to do is to think about all the support that you've had, all those individuals that have given you something to further your journey to this point today, and think about the opportunities that you might have to pay things forward, because you can never pay them back, but you can pay them forward. And I would encourage you to take opportunities to pay all those individuals forward through the rest of your career. And it's not too early to start to pay things forward. It could be as simple as writing a letter for somebody who has aspirations of being a veterinarian, giving somebody a job in your practice, contributing to a scholarship fund, even if it's only a small amount, but a contribution is a way to pay things forward. And I would argue that in doing those sorts of things, you pay tribute to all the individuals that were influential and important to your life and helped get you here, and to some extent carry on the legacy that they have with you. And I would argue that you start to establish your own legacy, because you can be seen now as somebody that exhibited an act of kindness or did something for somebody in a way that maybe one of those individuals is going to come back and say, you know, I'm going to pay it forward because of what this person did for me. I don't think there's a better way to honor all the people that are here in the audience, all the people that have crossed paths with you and that will cross paths with you in the future, than to commit yourselves to paying things forward. I thank you for the opportunity. I said that there were 3 things that I hoped that this address could be. I can control only one of them. I don't think I've been too long, hopefully. But again, congratulations, class of 2025. I wish you more success than you dreamed of, and safe travels and journeys to wherever life happens to take you from this point on. Again, congratulations.
Speaking of the individuals you've crossed paths with in your career and that you will cross paths with in your future, and speaking of paying it forward, on a personal note, over 15 years ago, it was Dr. Rance Sellen who inspired me to become an internal medicine specialist when I was a student here at Washington State University. We now work together on faculty at WSU, which is just really cool. He asked me how old I was then. So I'm incredibly grateful to the class of 2025 for giving me the opportunity to celebrate your achievements and accomplishments today with the likes of Dr. Rance Sellen. And I want to thank him from all of us for the inspiration he provides as a veterinarian, a teacher, an athlete, a musician, a yo-yo trickster, and a friend. Thank you again, Dr. Sellen. I have some exciting news. It is now time for the presentation of the class. Will Dr. Dean Borgeson please come forward?
All right, so these are some wonderful words I get to say exactly once a year. So, will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Veterinary Medicine please stand? Yeah. It is with great pleasure that I present these candidates for advancement to the degree of Doctor of Veterinary Medicine. The candidates for the degree of Doctor of Veterinary Medicine have been approved by the faculty of the College of Veterinary Medicine, the Washington State University Board of Regents, and myself. Those candidates meeting the requirements of the state of Washington and Washington State University are hereby awarded the degree of Doctor of Veterinary Medicine. We will now present these degrees to the graduates. Congratulations.
It is now time for the presentation of the diplomas for the Doctor of Veterinary Medicine degree. The graduates will be hooded by Doctors Bonnie Campbell and Matt Mason, or the graduates have also been given the opportunity to select a hooder of their choice. These names will be read at the time of the presentation. Krista Adams will be hooded by Dr. Kelly Farnsworth. Marielle Aiken. Alyssa Bailey Ames. Samantha Nicole Amy Gonzalez, hooded by Dr. Hannah Cohen. Marin Oth, hooded by Dr. Julie Carey. Tony Lee, Erica Bates. Jessica Bebo, hooded by Dr. Salman Wakas. Kaylee Berenstein, hooded by Dr. Kathleen Kovarek. Ashlyn Bilton Smith. Casey Black. Madeline Elizabeth Bullen. Tyler Robert Breathwaite, hooded by Dr. Karen Klein. Ashley Buist. Allie Jo Bummer, hooded by Dr. Alan Goldhahn. Sabrina Cantafio Wallace. Sienna Ariel Boozer, hooded by Dr. Julie Carey. Brendan Charlton, hooded by Dr. Salman Wakas. Paula Chung. Kaden Columbik, hooded by Dr. Ramanathan Kasamanikan. Lainey Jo Columbik, hooded by Dr. Ramathan Kasamanikan. Cameron Cooper. Brindalyn Corey. Morgan Cummings, hooded by Dr. Kelly Farnsworth. Carolyn Elizabeth Herzog Davey. Rachel Davis, hooded by Dr. Kelly Farnsworth. Tegan O. Davis. Jaden Denham. Brandon Daniel DeRuder, hooded by Dr. Julie Carey. Natalie Ann Drozdowski. Anna Joy Elder, hooded by Dr. Shanna O'Mara. Dalen Elenzano. Jace D. Enwards. Elizabeth Grace Evans, hooded by Dr. Warwick Bailey. Megan Feeney, hooded by Dr. Shanna O'Mara. Jacob Paul Philman. Clarice Elizabeth Forbes. Amber Larissa Framstad, hooded by Dr. Salman Walkus. Joseph Robert Francis, hooded by Dr. Rick DeBose. Jackson Chris Gardiner, hooded by Hannah Lee. Abigail George. Cole Dallin Godfrey, hooded by Dr. Kathleen Kovarek. Ariel Elizabeth Gomez Ramirez. Matthew Evans Govea Thomas. Olivia Burns Grace. Austin James Hawes, hooded by Dr. Rance Sellen. Samantha Heilman, hooded by Dr. Julie Carey. Jessica Diane Hine, hooded by Dr. Ramathan Kasimakam. Kanisha Hemmerling, hooded by Dr. Warwick Bailey. Hannah Amelia Moira Hendry, hooded by Dr. Rusty Stott. Sydney Michelle Hewitt. Chloe Hoover. Jessica Ann Horn. Amy Rose Hudgens, hooded by Dr. Janine Fidel. Christopher Ibarra Hervasio. Claire Cornish Jacobson, hooded by Dr. Julie Carey. Jessica Ann Johnson. Jennifer Marie Jones. Darice Kim. Brianna Scholl, hooded by Dr. Julie Carey. Natalie K. Klinker, hooded by Dr. Hannah Lee. Margaret Jensen Knox, hooded by Dr. Julie Carey. Jamie Ellie Kruger, hooded by Dr. Babish Heil. Anna Lenk. Tathan Larson. Thomas Abraham Leclerc, hooded by Dr. Margaret Wild. Rita Lee. Chloe Lingen, hooded by Dr. Hannah Lee. Caitlin Logan, hooded by Dr. Julie Carey. Sierra Lopez, hooded by Dr. Maria Meyer-Fika. Berla Mackey. Madison Mollico, hooded by Dr. Rick DeBose. Annalie LaSound Mason, hooded by Dr. Julie Carey. Regina Ya-Fei Meeks. Isabel Marnie Maka, hooded by Dr. Hannah Lee. Melanie Brianne Moore, hooded by Dr. Babish Heil. Landon Morris. Shelby Clara Lee Morse. Taylor Murdoch. Andrew M. Myers, hooded by Dr. Ramathan Kazamanakan. Ellie Ann Nesbitt, hooded by Dr. Hannah Lee. Mira Nicole Newby. Justine O'Donnell, hooded by Dr. Hannah Lee. Jacob Allred Olson, hooded by Dr. Hannah Lee. Susanna Oram. Samantha Layton Palmer. Trena Marie Pania McQuillan. Haley Renee Peck. Logan Jean Peterson, hooded by Dr. Hannah Lee. Claire Ponte. Emma Simone Potter, hooded by Dr. Julie Carey. Gwen Potter. Mallory Prisby. Josephine Quinn, hooded by Dr. Hannah Lee. Morgan Renee Ridley, hooded by Dr. Alan Goldhun. Brandy Schaefer, hooded by Dr. Julie Carey. Sydney Rain Schumacher. Alicia Diane Schwartz. Nicole Shardlow. Cole Barrett Sherwood. Angelina Smith. Neil Stegelmeyer, hooded by Dr. Craig McConnell. Madison Sternitsky. Hannah Stucklick. Amy Nicole Clifford Thompson, hooded by Dr. Carrie Rude. Brett Thompson. Jacob Judd Thompson. Hooded by Dr. Rick DeBose. Carolyn Thornberry, hooded by Dr. Jillian Haynes. Anna Tompkins Winakos, hooded by Dr. Hannah Lee. Kyle Marin Top, hooded by Dr. Alan Goldham. Emily Tucker, hooded by Dr. Julie Carey. Annala Tynan, hooded by Dr. Julie Carey. Taylor Ray Veach, hooded by Dr. Julie Carey. Brecken Waite. Nate Weaver. Brittany Ann White, hooded by Dr. Julie Carey. Linda Wong. Sydney Marguerite Worley Myers, hooded by Dr. Karen Klein. Rachel Wurzel, hooded by Dr. Ramanathan Kasamanakam. Tova L. Yena, hooded by Dr. Leslie Sprunger. Mary Ann Merritt Cole Youngstrom. Lillian Marie Zachary. Emily Zavorka.
Okay, well, it is my pleasure to read the oath, and so to welcome these lovely humans into the best profession. For those of you that are in the audience that are also veterinarians or veterinarians on stage, please stand with us as we read the oath. Being admitted to the profession of veterinary medicine, I solemnly swear to use my scientific knowledge, skills, for the benefit of society through the protection of animal health and welfare, the prevention and relief of animal suffering, the conservation of animal resources, the promotion of public health, and the advancement of medical knowledge. I will practice my profession conscientiously, with dignity, and in keeping with the principles of veterinary medical ethics. I accept as a lifelong obligation the continual improvement of my professional knowledge and competence.
Congratulations! Yay! Everyone can be seated. I would like to now introduce Dr. Kelly Farnsworth, who will deliver our farewell speech to the class. Dr. Farnsworth?
I better get a drink. This could take a while. Well, you made it. I think that there were times you wondered whether you were going to or not. There were times we wondered whether you were going to or not. But you're here. Before we get into this too far, I would ask that you do one thing. Can everybody just stand and look back behind you at the people that are there? These are the people who love you and support you. Let's give them a big round of applause. You have an amazing support network, and don't ever forget that. You didn't get here alone, and you won't leave here alone. Just before I jump in too far, I just want to give you a little heads up, and that is that for some of you, tomorrow when you wake up, you're going to feel a little bit of a sense of loss. Because for a lot of you, this has been a dream. This has been a goal that has been pushed you forward for years and years and years, and you've worked hard to get here, and suddenly that goal is fulfilled, and it's gone, and there's a little hole that will be left. And your challenge moving forward is to figure out what to fill that space with. What's your next big thing? Make sure that you think about that consciously, all right? Because you have the opportunity of doing amazing things, and you're going to. But don't let life fill that little space in for you. You get to fill it in. All right? You get to pick. So as I thought about what I could say today, and I want to express my gratitude and honor at being able to spend just a minute talking to you before you head out into the world and do amazing things. And so as I thought about, what could I possibly say in a very brief time, I asked some others, what would be one piece of advice that you would share with the class? I asked Dr. Regal. And I won't give you the whole long-winded story of how we got to here, but his advice is to celebrate the little victories. Don't always wait for the big things to happen. When you have a case that goes well, celebrate that little case, all right? When something happens that's good in your life, every day, because every day something good does happen, don't forget to celebrate that. Don't wait for big things all the time to have a celebration. Don't wait for big things to get together with your friends and your family. Celebrate the little ones. I asked Dr. Hall, and Dr. Hall said, trust your gut, right? Trust your instincts. You need to believe in yourself. All right, when you're thinking about a case or when you're dealing with different things, if it doesn't feel right, it probably isn't, all right? And if it does, believe yourself, all right? You've trained, you've learned, you've gained experience, you're ready for this. So believe in yourself. The better Dr. Farnsworth. So for those of you that don't know, my wife is the smartest of the Farnsworths. She's also a veterinarian and the hospital director. And she said that she wanted to remind you to have fun, all right? Every day, enjoy the people that you work with, enjoy your colleagues, enjoy your job. You've worked hard to get here, all right? Enjoy it. And if you're not enjoying it, and if there needs to be some changes, make those changes. Life's too short, all right? So remember to enjoy the days and have fun. As I thought about what I thought would be my most important things, there was two that I kind of wanted to hit on. And one of them is get comfortable being uncomfortable. All right? This next year, everything that you do is going to feel a little uncomfortable because it's the first time that you've done it as a doctor without somebody behind you to check with to make sure, right? So get comfortable with that. It's going to be a new experience. And as you get more and more comfortable with it, don't shy away from that discomfort, because when you stop feeling uncomfortable, you stop learning and you stop progressing. As all of you know, there's nothing special about me, all right? I grew up in a small town in southern Idaho, 926 people, a class of 52 students. I came to vet school as the last person that was admitted into my veterinary class. I got in 4 days before classes started, all right? So if you want to talk about somebody who had a little bit of imposter syndrome, I had it when I got here. But since then, I've become a boarded surgeon. I've done surgery on lions and tigers and zebras and giraffes. I've flown to Qatar and done surgery on the Emir of Qatar's multi-million-dollar racing camels. And I'm going to give you a little secret. I was uncomfortable all that time, all right? I was scared to death a lot of that time. But because I was willing to embrace that discomfort, I got to do some amazing things, and you will too, all right? Now, not everything goes as planned, all right? Not all of those adventures turned out quite as good as they sound on paper. I did get a call from a zoo one time wanting to know what I wanted to do with my lion cubs after a failed vasectomy. So I do have pictures of my children giving bottles to baby lions. So, you know, in all of this, don't take yourself too seriously, all right? Just learn to relax and have fun. I hope that during the time that we got to spend together, you saw that you can do both. You can work hard and you can have a good time while you're doing it. Kind of back a little bit to what Dr. Sellens, I think, talked to is don't be afraid to ask for help. Right? You've got a wonderful network. Look on each side of you. Look at your friends that you went through this with. They're a great resource. Look behind me on the stand, all right? There's people here that are way smarter than me that can answer your questions. I'm happy to commiserate with you, all right? So feel free to call anytime, any of us, and we want to be a continued part of your growth and development. And the last thing, kind of on a little bit of a serious note, is don't let this profession define you, all right? Today you became a veterinarian. It's what you are, but it's not who you are, right? You need to make sure that you remember that, and that you don't let clients, you don't let cases that go well or cases that go bad define you, right? You need to make sure that your outside life, outside of this profession, is fulfilling, right? Seek other things, because this profession will swallow you. All right? It will take a big part of your life, and it will be amazing, all right? But it is not who you are. It's what you do. As you guys heard this quote before in my surgery lectures, but I'm a big fan of a surgeon from the 1500s named Ambrose Paré. And Ambrose Paré made a statement. He said, "I bandage wounds and God heals them." I think that it's important that we remember that, and that we don't take too much credit for the ones that get better, and we also, more importantly, don't take too much blame when they don't. All right? We only have a limited capacity. We create the best environment for things to heal, and then nature has to take over from there. So don't take too much blame when things don't go well. I think I can speak for those that are behind me, the faculty that are here, the faculty that were unable to attend, when I say that we're proud of you. And we look forward to the great things that you're going to do as you drive our profession forward and as you head into the world and make the world a better place. Thank you for letting me be part of that journey with you.
I would like to thank everyone for attending, and remind friends and family to please stay seated until the faculty and our new doctors have exited into the Coliseum Concourse. There will be a meet and greet there, and we can all enjoy celebrating our newest doctors of veterinary medicine. Congratulations, class of 2025.